Hello, hello, hello. So, I gotta cut my bangs. They're driving me absolutely nuts. I can't see. So, anyways, let me tell you about my day. It's been it's been frustrating. Um, I'm sure people out there are having similar days because Venus is opposing Mars. Blah blah blah. Um, I know a lot of people don't believe in astrology, and that's fine. But I do. So, anyways, when you have a day like today, like you got to blame it on the planets. It's just the way it is. So, anyways, I woke up knowing that Venus was opposing Mars. I knew that it was going to possibly be a trying day, trying more for other people, for some signs over others. I knew I'm was one of those signs that, possibly uh, could have a very terrible day. Well, this is my day. It was not very terrible, but it was just kind of one of those days where um, you're just hanging on by a thread. Um, you're not upset. You're not happy. You're just kind of, I don't know, like one tissue away from a whole fucking nervous breakdown type thing. And really for no real good reason either. Like that's the really silly part about today is the energy of today is overwhelming, but only because it's just emotional. It's just emotional. So, anyways, I drop my little mister off at daycare. I go to work. I'm at work and, like I'm always in my own little world. I keep to myself. I don't really talk to anybody. I just do my own thing. Um, but today, like I really was in my la la land. Like I had a really hard time focusing, really, really hard time. Um, didn't sleep very well. Of course, I got a, little baby mister, but, um, so anyways, go to work and I'm just really in my own little world. Like bad. Like it's bad. So anyways, you can just feel things, that there's tension, that other people are really feeling the energy. So I kept stop. So I kept to myself. I, you know, um didn't try to be impulsive or confrontational. I just bit my tongue, did my job, knowing that day's almost over, work day anyways, and tomorrow is going to be a new day and everything will be on completely different tomorrow. So just like, all right, I'm just going to make it through. So I made it through my day. Come home and decided to put my car through the garage. Well, actually, not my car. I put my boyfriend's pickup through the garage. Um, didn't do it on purpose. It was icy. Um, I just couldn't stop. And that was it. That was the mental breakdown. I still have tear stains on my face. Oh, Lord. Anyways, but yeah, I just cried and I cried and I cried and I called him, let him know what I did, telling him I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like it's icy. I just couldn't stop. He tells me it's fine. Well, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Well, there was a big deal. normally, um, we all, if you talk to yourself negatively, or if you grew up in a toxic home, um, that's what comes out when you make a mistake. So I couldn't stop. It was a mistake. I made it. Um, was it the the pickup's fault that I couldn't stop? No. Was it my fault? Did I? No. It was icy. It was a God's fault. Sure, let's just blame God. Let's blame God. God likes us to blame him. So, anyways, we'll just blame it on God. This was an act of God, whatever. Still, other people don't see it that way. They think, look at this dumb bitch. That's what I said to myself. You dumb bitch. What the fuck are you doing? Can't you do anything right? Why are you even alive if you can't do anything right? This is just one more fucking thing that you have to work your ass off that you're not going to be able to ever afford to fix. Um, like, what's the point of even trying? Like, this was the conversation that I had in my head with myself, my shaming myself, negative self-talk, whatever. So I couldn't tune it out. I couldn't. Normally I can shut that bitch down. I don't have to listen to her because she's wrong. I know she's wrong. She knows she's wrong. She's not allowed any space in my head. She's not allowed to um sit there and nitpick me and shame me for being a human being. Well, that's exactly what it was. It was embarrassing. I embarrassed myself um because I hit the freaking garage. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, God forbid I make a mistake. God forbid I'm a human being. God forbid. It's the same thing at work. God forbid I make a mistake, especially when I ask questions and nobody's helping me. God forbid I make a mistake just going off my own thing or whatever. Like, I'm not perfect. My boss isn't perfect. My coworkers aren't perfect, but they all try to keep that facade, just like everybody does. Everybody does. Everybody tries to keep that I don't make mistakes. Um, I'm like a robot type thing, I'm like everybody in society makes that, it's like I don't understand why society is trying to be perfect. We're flawed. We make mistakes. I'm flawed. I make mistakes. So, anyways, yeah. So that was my day. I listened to that talk, and I apologized to my lower self, is what I would like to call her. I apologize to my lower self for not being awesome, but I just had to sit and feel that shame. I had to feel that embarrassment. Like, that's the purpose of that was the only way that I could get rid of that negative self-talk, was to acknowledge it, acknowledge that it was happening, also acknowledge that it's not true, feel the embarrassment, feel the shame, and let it go. Because that's all I can do. I can't sit there and beat myself up for making a mistake, even though I don't know, it's iffy. I really do feel super bad because I don't know how I'm gonna be able to afford to fix it, on top of, just put it on my big old pile of debt. That's fine. I don't care. But anyways, It's like, I'll figure it out someday. I'll figure it out. It is frustrating, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. And looking back to where I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, so on and so forth, I am just grateful that I'm not where I was. And where I was is not where I ever want to be again. Um, Especially mentally, people pleasingly, um, but letting people use me, um, and then just me trying to, you know, be overly helpful and blah blah blah. These days, I take care of myself. I keep my shit in check, keep my anger in check, keep my emotions in check to the best of my ability. Um, and I do a pretty good job. I'm really proud at myself for not letting negative self-talk get me down and inhibit me. If anything, I get up and I push forward and I try harder because at this point, giving up isn't an option. At this point, being depressed isn't an option. Um, Feeling sorry, none of that is an option. Like, I've come too far, um, and I have further to go. Like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, neither is um, healing. Neither is healing, neither is growing, neither is learning. None of that happens in a day. It takes time. And every small little change that you can incorporate and realize and learn from is just that much more of a mountain that you've just climbed. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, you know. But for those people out there that are struggling, don't give up. Just think of all of the small little things that you may think are trivial or silly that you don't do anymore that were holding you back from being your best you. Good for you. Congratulations. Like, you did it. That is a big accomplishment. Anything, any small thing that we can do to better our lives, even if it's just changing how we think, how we feel, not how we feel, but how we think, or recognizing how we think. That is, just acknowledging a behavior or a pattern is how you start to break it. And it may seem like we'll never get there, like it'll never happen. And next thing you know, we're there. We made it to the finish line. Now we have another race that we have to start and another mountain that we have to climb. But that's okay because we're stronger, we're smarter, we're wiser, we can do it. So, you know, it seems like everything is going in a weird direction, and it is, but the whole purpose is to embrace change and to put your faith in something greater than yourself and letting go and stop trying to control things and stop trying to have the outcome that you desire because that's probably not part of the plan. So when you stop forcing things and stop trying to control things, life takes unexpected turns. Um, I'm getting there. Someday I'll see it. But until then, I'm just, you know, one tissue away from a nervous breakdown. Not really, but you know, I'm a lot better than what I was. So, with that being said, I love you. I love me. I hope this has helped at least somebody. Um, yeah. Hope everybody has a blessed day.